Hello. Hi.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Subash. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Of course. Good morning, ma'am.
How are you feeling today?
Ma'am, I am feeling very happy. I'm very happy to see you.
Yeah. Okay. Can I ask you why? Is it because this is your first English study session?
This is my first demo session, ma'am.
Yes,
Be-
yes,
be-
yes. That's what I'm asking about.
Before that, I have seen lot of video on YouTube
Mm.
and etc. etc. But
Ah.
first time I speak some English face to face.
Okay. So can I know more about you? Where are you from? What do you do? Will you tell me a little bit about yourself? And then I'll introduce myself.
Of course, ma'am. Of course. Actually, I am from Maharashtra in Chandrapur district,
Okay.
but basically I am teacher here in Sangli district near the Kolhapur,
Mm.
Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, my name is
What subject do you teach?
actually I have taught to students Marathi, Hindi, and sometimes English
Mm.
also.
Okay. How long have you been a teacher then?
Um, 40 years.
14
14.
or 40?
Yeah, not 40, 14 years.
14 years, 14
Yes.
years. Great. Okay. I've been a teacher for 3.5 years or so. My experience is comparatively lesser, but I've
Oh,
been only an English teacher. I've been teaching students English for preparation courses like IELTS and GRE, and also spoken English. This is my career path,
wow.
and I'm based out of Tamilnadu. So this is about me a little.
Okay.
So,
Actually, yes.
mm, yes, please ask me.
Actually, ma'am, when I teach here to students, those
Mm,
students are very rural area, in very rural area.
mm,
So I want to develop my students English. Before that, I want to develop to myself.
mm,
Myself.
mm.
I have no
How
grammar.
about your schooling, Subhash? What did you study in your batch for your bachelor's and the postgraduate? And how about your English exposure so far?
Yeah, ma'am, I have passed graduation, but after that I join as a teachers. Then
Mm,
I practice only for speak here. Actually, and in Maharashtra, mostly
mm,
people speak in Marathi.
mm,
They in Tamil Nadu, in Karnataka or other
mm,
state, people mostly use some use English words,
mm,
but in
mm,
Maharashtra only speak in Marathi. So
mm,
uh, I try to speak, develop my skill. I try to experience on my students,
mm, mm.
but I feel
Experiment on your students?
yes.
Yes, okay. Okay, that's it, right? All right. Um, So you have not used English so much in your life so far. That is why you're looking for a speaking partner,
Yes,
is it?
yeah, of course. I want to develop my personal skill
Hmm.
before I
Hmm.
teach to my students.
Very good, actually. I'm happy that you realize that a good teacher realizes what we need to do for our students.
Of course,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So in your teaching career, you use Marathi to teach.
Yes, I have taught Marathi, Hindi, and sometimes I taught to my students. I have taught to my students English.
Mm,
I have
mm,
basically no grammatical knowledge,
mm,
um,
mm,
but my teacher had taught to me. Uh, you get knowledge from textbook, but if you
mm,
cannot, if you want to speak in English, if you want to learn some language, you want to conversations with the others.
mm.
But it
I agree.
yes,
Mm.
but in my area actually not any single persons also who will speak with me in English, so that is very bad.
Have you have you thought about moving? Do you like where you live?
Yeah, sorry, ma'am.
Have you thought about moving? Moving in the sense moving to a different city or a different place.
Yeah, yeah. I
Mm,
actually I my born place was corner in Maharashtra near the Gadchiroli
Mm,
district. And
mm.
from there I came now in Kolhapur, thousands kilometers, but actually in only
Mm,
Maharashtra. That's why only
mm.
I related about the Marathi and Hindi and also other
No, no,
language.
I'm asking you, will you move out of Maharashtra? Have you thought about that? Go to a different state?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay. Simply curious because you're exactly right. If you don't have the environment or the people to speak in English with, it's very difficult. It's not your fault, right? That's how you were, that's how you grew up. Um, Only when you have the uh, surroundings for it, you can speak English easily. So this is one good idea. But if you have some friends, let's say, who speak in English with you, it will be even more easy for you to learn English. So
Of course, ma'am.
that's why I asked. Okay. So you said you have no grammatical knowledge.
Sorry, ma'am. Actually, I have grammatical knowledge, but I
Mm,
not even single persons who will discuss with me in English, participate in English, who will ask me
mm,
some question in English. That's why I
mm.
practice myself. Sometimes I practice with the colleagues. They ask me some question in
Okay.
English.
Okay. Okay. So here you said, I want to develop to myself. I want to develop
Yes,
my English, right? The correct sentence would be, I want to develop myself, not to myself,
yes.
but I want to develop myself. To there is incorrect.
I want to develop myself.
Yes, exactly. We don't say to. We do not need to there. It's an unnecessary fitting.
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand.
Yeah. Yeah. So similarly, like there are other mistakes like that in grammar. But before that, I would like to know more about you. So you said you have been a teacher. What do you think is the best part of being a teacher?
Actually, firstly, if you want to be a good teacher, you want to mix up in
Mm,
children's, you want to get you want to actually know, read about your student's mind, not the textbook. If you will be success, read your student's mind, you will be success in teaching method, teaching
mm.
as a teacher.
But that is what you should do to be a teacher. But what is the best part about being a teacher? What is the advantage?
Okay, advantage.
Mm.
So actually, this is my passions, and advantage
Ah,
is
okay.
I like very much teach to students,
Mm, mm,
and that's
okay.
why this is the advantage to as for me.
For me, for me, the best part of being a teacher is that, especially with English, when you teach a student for a very long time and when you see them slowly, slowly progressing, you
Of
remember
course.
how they were in the beginning, but when they finish a course or when they finish classes with you, you can actually see the progress inside them. So for me, that's the best part about being a teacher.
Yes, ma'am, of course. Actually, ma'am,
Yeah.
very easy to teach elder students like 12th standard, 11th standard or more, but
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
difficult to teach from 6th standards to the ninth standard students also.
Mm. I can't teach children. I'll be very honest. I'm not good with children. I'm only good with elders, like older, above 15. Yeah, I can handle. But anything below 15, I can't. Especially primary grade, I can't even imagine teaching something to children like that. So I respect primary teachers.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's like a different battleground, I would say. Taking control of them, making sure that they
Right, ma'am.
pay attention.
Yes. Sometimes the children ask very confusing questions.
Mm.
Children,
How do you handle all of that?
my hobby is singing music. I playing
Mm.
tabla, and that's why I handle to students
Mm.
mm, all of this, including
Mm.
my music.
So, do you do activities in class, not only teaching the lesson but doing extra activities?
Of course, ma'am. I have do lot of activity. I have did.
Mm.
funny games, and for increase English speaking skills, I
Mm,
I have watched some YouTube video, and
mm,
by textbook I have did lot of
mm.
activities for my students.
I have done.
I have done.
I
Sorry.
have done, not
Yes,
did. Yeah.
of course. Sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. So the thing is, even if you feel that, like, grammar, because you have not used it, you will wind up using the wrong thing. So when you start speaking more from now, you will make small, small grammar mistakes, which we will correct. But the more you speak, the more better your grammar will become automatically.
Of course, ma'am.
So that is required.
Sure. Actually,
I
I have taught to my students by formula method, like subject
mm,
plus verb plus object.
ah
But after that, I realize it's only grammatical basic knowledge.
mm,
But if I want to speak, if I want to speak
mm,
English, I want to develop students English communication skills. So firstly, want conversations with other persons.
yeah. Then let me ask you a different question.
Sure.
So, will you tell me your daily routine? So, from morning till evening, the moment you wake up until the moment you come back from home, from work, how is your routine like?
Of course, sure, ma'am. Um,
Mm,
I wake up early morning at I think
mm,
6 o'clock, and then
mm.
I get ready for exercise, and after that I will study. I study. Uh, I read some books, and
Okay.
and as usual I watch some YouTube video,
Mm,
and then I getting ready for school. I get ready for school, and
mm.
then from 11th o'clock to 5th 11 to 5th 5 o'clock,
Okay. 11 to 5.
11 to 5 o'clock um, I have stay in school.
How many hours do you teach?
Sorry, ma'am.
How many hours do you teach in school? So, you say
uh,
11 to 5 you're in school, right? So,
yes.
how many hours do you teach?
Actually, ma'am, in timetable schedule of the schools, there after one periods they will give break to us for rest, and
Mm,
from 11 to 5 o'clock, I think 2 3 hours
mm.
we teach,
Okay.
and then school works.
Admin work, is it?
Yes,
So do you teach in a private school or do you teach in a government school?
government school. I am actually basically high school teachers
Hmm.
from fifth standard to
And this
ninth.
is fifth to ninth. Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. So this is your daily routine, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This daily routine may not change until you change your job. So one reason I asked you to ask you to talk about daily routine is that daily routine does not change, and for the daily routine we use the present tense.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, ma'am.
To talk about it, we use the present tense. One of the purposes, one of the usage of present tense is to talk about daily habits or routines that do not change. You said you studied the formula, but you do not know why you're using it.
Yes, ma'am.
This is why.
Right.
Hmm. Hmm. So you use I get up from bed, I make breakfast, I have breakfast, I read books. All of this is in the present form only.
Yes, ma'am.
We
Right.
don't use the past tense. We don't use the future tense. But we can also use present continuous. After getting up from bed, I will make breakfast. Getting up.
Uh,
Getting is continuous.
Continuous.
Yeah. After getting up from bed, I will make breakfast. After eating, I will read some books. You can also use it like that. So we use the present tense or the present continuous tense for talking about everyday routine. So you are a teacher, maybe you teach 2 to 3 hours every day.